Now, sketching, as I said in the beginning of this presentation, sketching is an extremely important skill and very much represents the architect's quality and ideas and personality. Improving your sketching all the time by drawing by hand. Unfortunately, the introduction of computers made our sketching very poor. People depend on the mouse and the screen and the keyboard, and they rarely hold a pencil in their hand. So please, for this assignment, I want you to do everything by sketching. Sketching is the fastest method to convey your ideas and translate what's in your mind to other people and to reality. Every good idea or good building started with good sketches. Conceptual sketches are very important. Using the computer at this stage really puts limitations of how the program is generated and how it was formed and affects your kind of work. So sketching everything, you can sketch the whole project, not only the concept. You can sketch the elevations, the sections, the plans, everything can be done using good sketches. And good sketching starts by tracing. Look for good sketches, put a piece of paper on it, a piece of transparent paper, and sketch on it, whatever is there. One by one, your freehand sketching will become improved, and you can produce whole projects using sketches. No other tools. And these are examples of projects that are all produced by freehand sketching and freehand presentations. And we are very bored now of all these computer-generated drawings. We like to see personalized drawings and sketches of concepts and ideas, and using markers, using pencils, using new tools, new types of renderings are very important. And they produce lively and human types, humanly drawings and projects. So this is an opportunity for all of you. Don't use your computer for drafting at all. Now, this is at this stage, I want you all to focus on producing ideas and concepts using sketches. So sketching is extremely important and a skill that is very much admired by professors in the university and clients and employers in the workplace. So don't hesitate to produce ideas and sketches. They will be more appreciated than what you produce by computers. Another important tool of illustration is the model. You can depend on models only without drawings, and they will be more than sufficient, and they will be even understood more by your client than your drawings. They can look at the model, go around it, carry it in their hands, look at it from different angles. Clients, they don't really understand drawings, but they understand models. They can relate to it. They can understand the spaces, the forms, the shapes, more than the drawings. So these are some examples of concepts and how they were generated. one, we all know the Opera Sydney by George Adson, and how it was created from the concept of yacht and sails and sea waves. But more important, when you visit Sydney Harbor, you'll find that more than the waves of the water, it is the sails of the yachts and boats. This is what really was the main inspiration of this magnificent building. The project of Le Corbusier is a chapel in the countryside, and it is taking its inspiration from the horseshoe crab that is available in the area, or the hats of the nuns. It can be read in many different ways, but there is a strong presence of the building and its shape and its form and its interior, because the experience of the chapel from inside, and the openings in this wall that allow light to penetrate the space is very beautiful. Hands can be a source of inspiration for a building or a praying building. The wax office building by Frank Lloyd Wright was inspired from the tree, how the tree core is carrying all the big shape around it. In our region, we can have the palm tree as a source of inspiration for the elevations and columns. The lotus flower can be inspiration for this example, New Delhi temple. The eagle was the inspiration for the TWA terminal in New York Kennedy Airport. This is a beautiful building that is inspired from the landing of the eagle on the ground and creating these spaces inside. So the sources of inspiration can be many sources. This is another project by George Adson, where he was inspired by the Arabian tent to create the Kuwait Parliament building, so that it resembles the tent where the Arab sheikhs used to gather and make decisions and exchange information in the past. The new project by Jean Nouvel, the National Qatar Museum, is inspired from the sand rose. The sand rose is found in the desert, and it is calcification of particles of sand. It's a very, very beautiful natural object. And he was inspired by how it is formed in these specific ways, and made that his inspiration for the museum. The project was an old building, and the museum is an experience that you go through, starting from the old through the new and coming back to the old again. So in these examples, we can immediately identify the concept, of the harp in this type. Concepts can easily be identified in any kind of project. Okay, so there are many interesting links here that you will find at the end of this presentation that you can refer to. So now I will discuss with you the assignment or the activity for today. today we are going to generate the schematic design, the concept for the accommodation that we studied yesterday. So based on the program and site analysis that you did yesterday, you are required to develop a schematic design for the home for work accommodation. You need to provide sketches, no computers, please. All drawings must be done using freehand sketching. You can use the ruler for measurements. You can take points and this is 10 centimeters, 25, whatever. But don't use computers at all. Do use sketches, pencil, paper, and ruler. That's it, or scale. So I want you to provide these drawings, the sides, plan, elevation, section, 3D of your concept. And I hope you finalize your schedules today so that you can find all this on the blackboard, because I posted everything on the blackboard for all of you. So this is what we expect to see today: sketches of ideas, of plans, roads, access to the building, to the concept. We have talked about many sources of concept. So you have to be quick. Decide on one or two alternatives and focus on this. I'll take this as a source of inspiration, and this, and this. So I have three alternatives, three different sources of concepts, and work with them and let us see what maybe you will take. One of you will select a site by a mountain. So you have contour lines, so maybe you will integrate your building with the contour lines. Or maybe you have a technical system. You want to use wood, or you want to use traditional materials, stone, to build your project. The project is fairly simple. Don't complicate the issue. It's a simple, straightforward project that has, as we said, a living quarter, living, dining, bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, toilet, and it has a work area for the artist, depending on his or her discipline. A painter, a sculptor, a musician, a dancer, whatever you select. So make it simple. Don't complicate things. If you want to make 2 floors, it's okay, so that you can provide maybe a double height area for the work area. I suggest that you don't go for complicated shapes, or too much circles and stuff like that, because we will continue with this project throughout the theory week with the other assignments that are coming. So sketching is important. This is the initial stage of your design after programming and site analysis. Now you need to put your pen or pencil on paper and start sketching. So you'll find it faster, easier to communicate and produce your ideas. These are some of the examples that you can look at and find inspiration for your ideas. Sketches, sketches, sketches. They are the fastest way to produce and communicate your ideas. And experiment with different types of pencils and pens and flomasters, wood, colors, anything that you like to try with. So at this stage, in your future, in your education, stay away from computers at this stage. Rough sketches, layers and layers on top of each other is the best way to produce good and meaningful concepts. We produce everything that is needed using the sketching techniques. طبعا the plan is usually the major drawing that allow us to understand the sizes of rooms, the adjacency, the arrangement, the concept if there is a courtyard, and you can create a courtyard L-shaped or U-shaped. You can create double height. You can create a floating plan. You can create a compact plan. And there are many ideas that you can select from. We always suggest that you keep a grid of 1 by 1 meters under your tracing paper. The grid will allow you to keep control of the sizes and areas relatively reasonable during the sketching. So if you have a grid of 1 meter by 1 meter, you can continuously imagine that what you see in front of you is a 1 meter by 1 meter grid. So you can arrange your project according to this. So you know that the corridor is 2 meters or 1.5. The room is 4 by 4 or 4 by 5 approximately, and so forth. So that makes your life easier in the next stage of selecting structural systems, technical systems, and so forth. So it's a looking forward strategy to make the design more easier and the development more easier. So this is an example of step-by-step development of concept. You can develop the project as parts. So maybe you will focus on the living quarter and then the work quarter, and maybe you link them together later in a specific way. So here we have the living quarter, the work quarter, and the garage part, and they are linked through the entrance and any public area in the plan. So you can work on each part separately and bring them together as you like. Yeah. So this example that we looked at from the beginning and how it is developed piece by piece throughout the design. As you see, all is done using freehand sketching. You can use a scale, a grid, whatever you like. But you know, the grid will also help you have your lines straight as much as possible. It will help you identify the areas of the rooms easier and so forth. So this is an example of the process that we want you to go through. So now bring your paper, bring your pencils, bring your flomasters, bring your pencil color, and sit down and think about how we are going to create a concept for what we have as a project. Okay.